I'm not in the mood for preamble. The reason this live letter specifically interests me so much is because of this. Addressing player feedback on cosmic exploration and occult crescent, part 1. Now, I kind of want to be here as this happens, so that it can, that I can, actually judge if they've actually accurately represented people's grievances or not. Seeing as I just made a huge video on what those grievances were. It feels like we got used to things a bit too much and got comfortable. Accurately sums up about the last 5 years of game. Last 5 years of problems. Genuine. I wonder if we're gonna hear anything about how they intend to do this, because I think that's the big thing on people's minds right now. Preformed alliances of 48 will be able to get into the same instant. Thank God. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This was one of people's main problems with Fucked Out. Even people who loved the entire rest of the zone absolutely, viscerally hated this part. One cipher required. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I suppose it's not a huge deal, but... That excuse doesn't make sense to me. If you can't do a normal and a savage, then do just a normal. Yeah, that's just incompetent. Like, if I'm gonna BA the first time, fine, I get it. But then looking at the reception of BA, and then of the Delivering Regine, then of the Castrum and Dal, the in-instance raids, and deciding that BA was somehow the best version of that, it's incompetent. It's genuinely incompetent. In the past, I'd say you've given rewards from coffers that have been too good within Occult Crescent itself, like the ground. The random stuff coffers on the map are already more rewarding than pot and bunny coffers. That's the problem. The problem is that something that requires zero effort is more rewarding than the thing that actually does need effort. No, it's not. You literally have done this in the random overworld phase. You've literally done this before. You have the framework already. Just put it in OC. Well, you're just wrong. Sorry, but you're just wrong. I don't really have any way to sugarcoat it there. God, it would be so fucking funny if, a question, please increase the drop rate for Demi when soul shot. Answer, no. It would be fucked up, but it would also be funny.
皆さん体感いかがですか ?20%。
20%。は。Sorry, but you're wrong.
クレセントアイルもフィールドも1回あたりドロップ率 5%。
5%。フェイトが 5%。
ただこれやっぱり出るときはサクサク出るけど、まあ出ないときは出ないっていう値付けなんです。この値付け。いやそうなんです。まあこれはまあ
That's just wrong. That's verifiably false.
1個の当たり
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're just lying through your teeth right now and expecting people to fall for it. And they probably will. A guy that doesn't know how probability works, explaining how probability works.
そうですね。
Crazy. Crazy that people still fucking trust this guy. No, they didn't. That is verifiably false. Stop fucking lying. Stop lying. You're doing your game no favors. You're just driving it into the fucking ground by lying in the feedback stream. Then add a pity system
チャレンジをして、どれぐらい取得しているのか。
Please don't make me defend Genshin Impact as a fairer game than 14.
調整だったり、今後
I can't fucking do it.
ような仕組みの明らかにデータで
I'm supposed to upset that they lied about the outlet
フ
drop.
ィードバックも多数
I'm
拝
gonna be
見して
so for real.
さらなる追加
That
報酬
just kind of kills the last bit I hope I have for the game.
今ラベルないっていうので
I hope they make the big rainbow Gatorade actually an Etherite.
星へのアクセスの
Only put retainables where they stay.
オルゼアで普段
But
使われている
the moon is safe once you have a developed day.
正しいかという
Put them there, maybe?
ありがとう。
Yes, you can. You literally can. It would fit in with the. It would fit in with the overall architecture.
返さなくてもテレポで飛んできた後にそのまま移動が可能になるっていうことをさせていただく予定です。
Literally, why can't you use the F9 bell design? If the reason's spoilers, then that's a complete non-issue because you fucking idiot showed Solution 9 in the FanFest, you know, and in all the trailers and in every piece of promotional material ever for this expansion. You cannot act like you care about spoilers now. The things you deleted weren't insult though. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't just claim harassment when harassment isn't happening. I'll be straight through that shit and I'll call you the fuck out. You cannot be fucking doing that. Seriously, taking one out of the turf playbook was not the play when you're trying to save your game. Okay, I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking. I'm gonna say what we're all thinking. That's it? That's seriously it? Like, they don't even... They barely touched on any of people's real complaints. Like, they didn't talk about the born rate of fucking Faith and CEs, making it feel like a hunt train. They didn't talk about Phantom Drop sucking ass. They didn't talk about Claw Chest sucking ass. They didn't talk about the fact that OC isn't the leveling content. Like, they skipped the main bit. They skipped the bulk of people's criticisms of this content. But they still claim to be listening? No. No, you're fucking not. You don't get to claim good faith engagement while misrepresenting the opposition. That's just not a thing. I seriously don't know why I expected more from this live letter, to be honest. I really didn't want this to be a Crashout stream or anything, but holy fuck, this is just... God, I really didn't think they could make it any worse. Like the ball's on the fucking floor, why are they going for the shovel? I just don't get it, why? Is this like a cry for help? Are they trying to kill their game so that they can move on to something else? Or what? We know you guys want her outfit. Please wait until we release it in the gas shop, because that's all we ever do. I'm probably not going to do another second of Hildebrand unless they lock a blue mage spell behind it again, I'm going to be real. The Endwalker stuff kind of just soured me on it a lot. If you need to cut costs for a normal mode of Block Tower, I've got an idea of something you could cut. Question mark, question mark, question mark. What a trial, man. Can't talk about it at all. You can't act like you give a fuck about spoilers when you showed Deletion 9 in the FanFest, you know. You're never living that one down, I'm sorry. I'm assuming this dungeon's gonna be the roulette one. And for the living memory maps. This is probably going to be interesting. There'll be exactly one session I do of these before I remember that they are awful content. Now they're going to list a bunch of stuff as content that isn't content, like a duty support there, not content. PvP, again, not content because it's so fucking awfully designed that it's genuinely unplayable unless you cheat.
でまあ当然それに伴って
And there is reward that they're probably gonna stay silent on the fact that they promised it would be not FOMO eventually. New PvP action adjustments, again, doesn't matter because nobody fucking does the content. New conflict arena added, doesn't matter because nobody fucking does the content. I mean, it looks cool, but not content. I don't know, this is just kind of frustrating to see them give this more attention than the shit that actually matters, like Occult Crescent. Because, make no mistake, the OCE stuff, no way is even near done. Like, they barely fucking touched on people's arguments. They didn't go into the main of things. I'm so confused as to why they think that this conduct is acceptable. Like, wow, 2 new tiers, you added fucking Omega and Ultima. This is really fucking big news for all 3 of the people that do PvP. I'm just so confused. We haven't heard about the Ultimate. We haven't heard about the Deep Dungeon. We haven't heard about variants or Criterion yet. We had barely any Occult Crescent feedback. Surely you would front load the important shit before talking about stuff that isn't content, right? Like the FanFest keynote, that was the first fucking thing in the morning. And then all the like fun and games and whatever happened after that, so the people that didn't care about it could just tune out. God damn, if I had a pound for every pixel in that picture, I'd have 75p. God, yeah, to think that there was a time when my worst fear was the idea of the relic requiring fog power. I think there was a time I thought this content was even gonna be good. Finally, some show of Deep Dungeon. Firstly, why was Deep Dungeon info backloaded so heavily? Secondly, why is this the leveling content? Oh, so does this mean the base difficulty isn't gonna be savage? Or is this just like a Criterion situation where they're actually both high-end? Gonna address the Ultimate? No, in 7.3. Are they gonna do a 0.5? Are they finally gonna try a 0.5 please? Will it be 7.5? Or 8.1?
装備とかの話をちょっとここからしていこうと思うんですけど、はい、お願いします。まあ突然
You missed the main point of the argument. You've told us basically nothing by doing that. Which streamer got banned to allow this one?
見せていただきたいということもあってですね。なるほどなるほど。絶賛ですね。リリースに向けての調整を今行って
Under active development. Is it under mounts and cosmic exploration development, or is it under in-game raid planner development? You've got probably 7 more minutes to bring up Criterion. Surely you aren't gonna leave this patch with absolutely nothing to use Savage Gear for, right? Right? You're totally gonna add some pinnacle endgame thing, right? God, just be aware that I'm doing you a fucking mercy by hiding the YouTube comments from you. They're just so fucking brain dead. Genuinely, these people aren't even operating on the same intellectual plane as us. I think some of this is like, we know that chat bubbles are coming, we know how they work, like you've set it up, you've got 3 more minutes of live letter, presumably 2 now. So why haven't you brought up Criterion yet? Unless we're not getting it. Like if we lost Criterion for Occult Crescent, Occult fucking Crescent, I genuinely think that's a bad trade. And I'm saying this is the one who viscerally hated Endwalker for the lack of a field up. Occult Crescent was just so fucking bad that if this is the best they have for field ups, I don't want them anymore. Give us back that other content that can actually maybe be improved. Also, this live letter should have been a live interpreted one, and I feel like the only reason it wasn't is because EN players would have seen straight through their bad faith misrepresentations. What is bro yapping about? This is Lalafell Chins all over again. Also, it's kind of a useless feature if it's cutting off text for being too long. Just reading about that! No fucking way they're delaying it even more! No fucking way. No fucking way they're delaying it even more. Oh, I recognize this guy. That's Frogtarage 2? Yeah, that's Frogtarage 2. The or later in patch 7.4. That concerns me, because like, if it's later than 7.4, then that means there's nothing to use it in. It's like full expansion. It was kind of falsely advertised. I don't know why the all later is even there. Like, they can't afford to ship this after 7.4. It has to be in 7.4. My take is that all of these proposals need to be in the thing, or it'll be dead on arrival, because people will just keep using raid plan or toolbox that they can just have up on the second monitor, or option to share with others is also required. And so is the option to have it visible outside of the game. Like, just all of these considerations are just required features. And there's no sugarcoating it. Now I'm just kinda like checked out over the OC stuff. I'm still not over the fact that they barely addressed any of the complaints, and the fact they lied about the admin drop rate, and then spent the rest of the live letter yapping about stuff that didn't even matter. Like, I don't know, I'm kinda just checked out now. Like, at least social players are gonna be a bit better, so there's that, but content-focused, from a content-focused view, and like a casual perspective within that, the game's just cooked.